In many facial rig workflows, the character comes with bones but no shape keys, and creating those keys manually can be slow and repetitive. This add-on solves that problem by generating all the essential shape keys automatically, saving you a significant amount of time. But why do we even need shape keys? Certain applications, such as CC4, cannot interpret Blender's facial bones directly. They require shape key data to drive expressions, meaning your facial animations must be represented as shape keys in order to function inside those programs. In this lesson, we'll guide you step by step through the add-on's first feature: one-click shape key generation. First, go to Blender's Preferences. In the top right corner of the window, click the Install button. Locate the downloaded plugin zip file and click Install to import it. Make sure to check the box to enable the add-on so it becomes active. Start by preparing your model and opening the add-on panel. For this tutorial, we'll focus only on the first feature: one-click shape key generation, due to video length. Let me show you how it works. In the scene, add a simple cube, scale it down, and place it aside. Select the cube and click Record Shape Key. As you can see, a shape key is created immediately, but there's no animation yet. The reason is that the cube has no keyframes. The add-on reads deformation by comparing animation frames between the posed mesh and the original mesh. Since no frames exist, there's no deformation to capture yet. Later, when we apply keyframes to our actual facial rig, the add-on will convert those bone-driven deformations into shape keys automatically. This eliminates the need to switch modes and build shape keys manually, and it allows you to use your existing facial controllers to drive all the necessary shapes. Before we start creating any animation, open the Edit menu and disable Lock Object Modes. This allows you to switch back to the cube at any time to check the generated shape key order without interruption. Next, go to the timeline and enable the Auto Keying button. With Auto Keying turned on, every time you move or adjust the rig, Blender will automatically record the necessary keyframes for you. Now switch to Pose mode so we can start recording the eyebrow keyframes. For frames 1 and 2, we're creating the left and right eyebrow raise poses. On frame 1, select the left inner brow bone and raise it slightly to record the first pose. Then move to frame 2. Remember to reset the previous translation. After resetting, raise the right inner brow bone to create the second keyframe. During the process, you may need to test a few times to ensure everything is recorded correctly. Make sure that on every frame, you press A to select all the bones before moving on. This guarantees that Blender inserts keyframes for the entire rig, not just the bones you manually edited. Next, we move on to lifting the outer brows. The method is exactly the same. If you want a more exaggerated expression, simply raise the corresponding bones a bit higher. If you ever forget which part needs to be keyed next, you can always return to the cube and check the shape key order as a reference. Here, I'm using the rest pose from my asset library to ensure that the controllers return to their default position correctly. Next, we move on to the eye controls. All right, that wraps up most of the facial expressions. Since this model doesn't have a tongue, we won't be demonstrating those controls here. Next, play back the animation to make sure everything looks correct. Then open the add-on panel, select all the meshes, and make sure the face mesh is selected last. The add-on uses the last selected mesh as the primary mesh, and it will drive the other meshes through drivers. Click Record Shape Key in the panel to start generating the shape keys. Why do we need drivers for this? Without choosing a primary mesh, the add-on won't link the result properly, which could cause issues. For example, the face might move while the hair stays frozen. Once the generation is complete, you can safely delete the rig's animation to ensure that no leftover keyframes interfere with the newly created shape keys. This is important because both shape keys and the rig can influence the mesh at the same time, and keeping the animation would cause their effects to stack unintentionally. Take a moment to review the generated shape keys. If you notice anything incorrect, it usually means that not all bones were selected and keyed during the animation recording process, which prevents the add-on from capturing the proper deformation for that frame. Before importing everything into CC4, we need to export the model properly. Start by selecting all meshes along with the rig, then export them as an FBX file. Make sure to set path mode to Copy so the textures are included, and enable Selected Objects to avoid exporting anything unnecessary. Next, deselect the rig and export the meshes again, this time focusing only on the mesh that contains the shape keys. Export another FBX file, but now set path mode to Auto, since this export is mainly for the mesh itself and doesn't require textures for CC4. Use the same settings as before, but make sure to disable Apply Modifiers, so nothing alters the mesh during export. Finally, rename the file and press Enter to save the FBX. Open Character Creator and import the recently exported model that includes the rig. Since my model doesn't use CC4's standard skeleton, I need to retarget it. Just follow the on-screen guide and assign each bone to the correct slot. Once that's done, click the highlighted Active button so the system can recognize your rig. At this stage, the facial profile editor still isn't available. Simply close the characterization panel to enable the facial profile options. We still can't use these features yet, so we have to import the Shape Key FBX file we saved earlier. In the Import menu, choose FBX, locate your file, and open it. The system will read the shape keys. Make sure the morph list shows data. Then check Replace All Sliders with same name, Enter a category name and click OK. That's it. Now check the sliders to confirm they've been applied correctly. The frame list for today's Shape Key setup has been organized in the description. If you run into any issues with the add-on, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube. Thanks for watching.